to rise together to defend.
Listen to this emotional speech by Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, and what it means to Burkina Faso and the future of United Africa. I am French Godspower. If this is your first time coming across this channel, do subscribe to our channel, share, hit the bell icon so that you won't miss out. Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, delivered a speech criticizing international communities' handling of global issues. He accused the international communities of hypocrisy in addressing terrorism and human rights, citing the failure to assist the state attacked by terrorism. Here are some key points from his speech.
Earlier, you listed a number of factors that make you feel reassured. I insist because history matters too. It's history that guides us. These imperialist forces, they are real. In 1961, they took out Patrice Lumumba in the DRC. In 1972, they took out Kwame Nkrumah in a different way. And then in 1987, they got rid of Thomas Sankara, always with internal enemies and sometimes with the complicity of certain neighbors. You know what they say, Mr. President? The first duty of a revolutionary is to stay alive in order to continue the struggle. Mr. President, can you please reassure all of these wonderful people, all of these dedicated men and women who are gathered here and elsewhere, who are truly beginning to hope that you will indeed stay alive and continue your important work?
They always manipulate from within. We are very well aware of that. And also, it is our duty to take part in our own security. It's not about saying today that I'm the head of state and I just entrust security to other people. No, everyone takes part. I myself take part. That's why I say it's not just a matter for those who are close to me, it's a matter for the whole people. And security is not just a matter of detained men or whatever else you can imagine. It's a whole system. It's also about behaviors, ways of living. We have to avoid many things, mistakes that may have been made in the past. We have read a lot about everything that imperialism has destroyed, and we have learned many lessons. That's why we say we won't let things repeat themselves. We will anticipate, even if people interpret it however they want, we will anticipate. But that's because we have understood the message, the hope that exists. We will do everything to always stay ahead of imperialism's actions.
His message is very clear, emphasizing on freedom, and also reminds Africa that this is more than politics, and freedom comes with sacrifice. A revolutionary must never fear prison or death. It is a badge of honor. Traore criticized the legacy of colonialism and neocolonialism, highlighting the exploitation of African resources and the manipulation of African countries. He outlined visions of African future based on principles of sovereignty, dignity, and self-determination, and called for a new era cooperation between Africa and the rest of the world.
He also urged Africa not to follow this path of fearless unity. He emphasized the importance of African countries defending their sovereignty and interests rather than relying on external power. Traore rejected the idea of Western dominance and paternalism, urging Africa to take charge of their own development and their security. Overall, Traore's speech was called to action for African countries to assert their sovereignty and challenge the existing global order. He emphasized the need for Africans to unite and cooperate to address common challenges and promote in all endeavors.
Talk about your personal security. You just mentioned it a moment ago. The pressure is enormous. It's huge. The danger comes from everywhere. Mr. President, just in 2025, there have been several coup attempts that were foiled. Mr. President, do you ever feel afraid?
Thank you. I think that's the only strength I have. I'm not afraid. Because I trust all of you, that's the first thing. You have to trust the people, because it's the people who entrusted us with this mission. And I trust the people that they will understand. And that's why we don't hesitate to stand before the people, to explain the situation to them and tell them what's going on. And that helps maintain a very good relationship. That's the first thing. The second thing, as I said, is that there was a mindset that needed to be developed within our own forces. That's very important. Right now, that mindset is there and people understand why they're fighting. If you look back a few years, many officers in the field didn't know why they were fighting. But if we know why we're fighting, who we're up against, and why there's this pressure, people understand better. And that's why we immediately created the Institute, the higher military school, so that we could train our own soldiers and instill in them what we want. Remember one thing, if you let your forces be trained by other powers, they put into their heads whatever they want. They indoctrinate them as they please, and it's easier to manipulate them. Here in Burkina, right now, that's actually what bothers many imperialist powers. They can't manage to infiltrate our army. All these units that have been created, all these men who are here, no one came from elsewhere to train them. We are built on our field experience, and we trained them ourselves. I personally took part in training some of these forces at the very beginning. So that's already a second strength. And the other strength is that if you have a mission, a goal for your country, you must not be afraid. If you are afraid, you hesitate. If you hesitate, you compromise. And once compromise sets in, you're done for.
That I feel that the AES countries are being encircled. When I look a bit at Côte d'Ivoire, there is a military camp in Odiene, near Mali and Burkina. Senegal is setting up units at the border with Mali, not to mention Benin, which also borders Burkina Faso and Niger. Mr. President, do you share this point of view? Do you see things this way?
I think that when you decide to make a revolution, you have to be prepared for this adversity. It's a logic that surrounds us. It's a logic that tries to bring us down. It's logical.
Traoré's visions aim to transform Burkina Faso and contribute to African progress, promoting dignity, prosperity, and a brighter future.